Today we are going to discuss about iterative algorithm.
First of all, algorithm. Already seen the algorithm is a step-by-step procedure for solving computer problems. That's all. So, iterative algorithm. The iterative approach is nothing but the function in iterative algorithm. A function repeats until the condition fails. It uses the iterative algorithm uses the looping command for repetition. Repeatedly is doing the same functions. Okay. Iterative algorithm find a solution. Also, it executes steps in iteration. The main aim of iterative algorithm is to reach solution. It was used in linear programs where the large number of variables are involved. Also, the iterative algorithm uses looping statement to repeat the same steps. To repeat the same steps, we can the iterative algorithm uses for loop, while loop, do loops like that. At the same time, the recursive algorithm calls itself again and again till the condition is satisfied. Remember that in iteration will use the looping statement. It repeatedly do the same function. Iterative algorithm repeatedly do the same function until it fails. But the recursive algorithm call itself again and again till it's satisfied. Next, some key points in the iterative algorithm. It's a loop based repetition of a process. Already I told. Iterative algorithm uses repetition structure. Infinite loop occurs with iteration. Iteration terminates when the loop condition fails. Remember when the loop condition fails, iteration terminates the loop condition. It does not use stack, so it can perform faster than recursive algorithm. Also, it uses less memory when compared with recursive algorithm. It uses CPU repeatedly process. Iteration makes code longer. Say small factorial program by using iterative method. Here we are just perform the factorial value. We just identify the factorial. We just calculate the factorial value using iterative method. First, int cal factorial. Int is nothing but the integer. Next, cal factorial. Here we calculate the factorial value. So we named as cal factorial. We can name another name also, factorial or fact, like that. Okay. Call factorial of in n. Then we open the brush. Remember that if we open any brush, we have to close the brush. You can find it. It's a open brush. This one open brush. So we need to close true. You can find it. Okay. Next, here in the first line we get value. input value, integer n. Integer is nothing but a whole number, not a decimal one. Okay, we ask n input. Okay, after the testing or after running, it asks the value of n. Okay, next in the second line we can find integer fact equal to 1. Here also we can name as, and we can name another name for instead of fact we can calculation or cal, like that. Okay, here we assign fact equal to 1. We assign the value fact equal to 1. Next, here start for loop for int I is equal to 2. Here we assign I is equal to 2. Is the for loop is the structure for writing a for loop. If we write for loop, you have to open the bracket, then initial, you have to write the initial value, this one. Next, after that we have to finish it with semicolon. Next, test condition, we have to write the test condition, that is I less than or equal to n. Next, you have to close it by semicolon. Next, increment I plus plus, have to in the every step you have to, it should be increased. Next, within the for loop you have to give the condition. So here we open a brass, open brass. Next, fact is equal to fact into I. Each and every line we have to finish with semicolon. Okay, fact is equal to fact. Fact means here already we assigned fact is equal to 1. 1 into I. I is equal to 2. Okay, here we close the close brass. That means we close the for loop. That's all. Next, return fact. We have to repeatedly do the same function. So it was returned to fact, this line within the for loop. Okay, end. Next, by using closed brass, it was closed.